Welcome back to Sussex EVs. In this episode, Estelle from EV Experts talks about how they helped new potential EV owners to get the right car for their lifestyle, similar to the EV experience that was based at Milton Keynes.
There are still some ways to experience cars. So, for example, some of the brands that don't have high street stores like Genesis were doing this. They run little experience days, if you like, with their different models, and we've been on a couple of those with different brands, and they're good fun.
We are an experience centre. We're here to offer unbiased opinion. Clearly, as a business, we want to sell cars, but we can be brutally honest about what the benefits and the negatives of competing cars. We have customers who have taken 6 months, 9 months. As a business, we've got to get the balance between looking after customers who want to buy immediately and people who will be buying an EV, and if you give them a great experience, they'll come and buy it from us. We can almost, as they walk in, think, oh, I reckon they're Cupra born, or they're going to be a Megane, or, you know, you can almost guess based on this, as soon as they've explained the circumstances, what's going to be in their shortlist. And what's great is we're going to have what's in their shortlist on our forecourt at any one time. And if we haven't got it immediately, it's going to be coming in a week or so. So what we really want is for people to come to us and really help us navigate all the options. Online, there are lots of opinions, but actually it's when you talk to a human and actually really explain what you need, then it becomes clear what you need, but also what you want, because a car is not just a need, it's a want as well.
How about if people were unsure about whether to go for new or nearly new? Is that something you'll often get coming in, questions like that?
Definitely people who in the past perhaps would only have ever bought a new car. They are looking perhaps to go pre-owned. Part of that, I think, is market conditions. You know, last year was a brutal time for electric cars and electric car pricing. I think people are a little bit nervous about that depreciation, particularly in the first 12 months. Definitely seeing people who would ordinarily only buy brand new, who are saying, actually, I would like to buy nearly new. And then I've got that sort of comfort that if the pricing does something horrible, as it did last year, then my car's already, post that big depreciation first year drop. There are lots of great reasons for buying used cars. You know, you've got a tried and tested product, you've got a car that's cheaper. It might mean that you're able to get more car for your budget. Yeah, I mean, I always encourage people, whether it's a car, as I said, clothing, things for the home, I would always encourage looking at that used market.
Does anyone really consider range versus efficiency? We hear a lot of talk about range, but efficiency seems to be something that would be relevant for customers as well.
I always point to my most efficient EV, which is a Volkswagen e-up. However hard you drive it, wherever you do it, it does more than 5 miles per kilowatt hour. Obviously, a lightweight car like that isn't for everyone. I think range and efficiency are linked, of course. But if you are currently driving a petrol car or a diesel car, difference between 4 and 4.5 is irrelevant, because you're going to be saving X times 3 on your fuel costs anyway. So it's less of a question.
Do you find that people are actually trading up?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the electric cars tend to be premium anyway. Lots of functionality, most of them will have things like heated seats and heated steering wheel, and the kind of functionality that I think would ordinarily be in a more premium car perhaps, but it's even in some of the basic models of EVs. Definitely where it's a family who had decided that their main family car is now going to be electric, and they are trading into fabulous functionality and fabulous things.
Do you drive an EV yourself? And what's your experience been to date?
Absolutely. So one of our things is that every car has been driven for at least 50 miles by one of the team, so that we can genuinely pick up any little squeaks and things that you might not pick up if it's just gone round the block or on a short test drive. So that does take up a lot of my time, because lots of cars coming in, lots of cars that need testing, and I'm one of those members on the team that definitely gets involved in that. But in terms of myself and what I choose, I mean, originally I was a Nissan Leaf girl, and I have to say I love the Nissan Leaf and have been very committed to it for a long period of time. I love the space. I like actually buttons still to do things. I'm not a big fan of accessing everything through a touch screen. I do love the Nissan Leaf, but I do have to accept that it's, she's a bit of an old lady now as an EV is concerned. Actually right here, the new Renault Megane. It's beautiful to look at, I think. I find it, aesthetically very attractive, but also, I love the interior and I love the way they've gone with the functionality. I love the Google software inside there. So if I'm having to pick up my son from uni, then it's going to be something big like an ID4. If I was buying brand new for myself right now, probably would go for the Megane.
This afternoon, I will be in a grey Megane that is arriving this afternoon. We'll drive it from here in Hook via Guildford to Billingshurst. It'll charge overnight at Billingshurst. We'll check it on a 3-pin plug, a 7 kilowatts and a rapid before it then comes back here, before it is even appraised, so that we know that car is efficient. We know the distance exact. Make sure the guessometer is telling us the right numbers. And also, it's about an hour drive. It gives me a chance to switch on those heated seats, play with all the windows. It's about using travel time to make sure that we're really thoroughly checking all of our vehicles over. And so part of that is always about making sure that we test everything to a good level.
What are the most common questions you get customers asking you when they come in?
Charging, and talking through range that you need and charging. If people are able to charge from home, that's usually a fairly short conversation. If they can't charge at home, then that's a much longer conversation where we look at what size of battery car they're going to need really to make it workable, where they're going to charge. And we go through all of that before we then move on to looking at different models and the budget. Battery degradation, obviously, how the battery performs over time. Actually, some things around what happens when it's raining? Can I still charge the car when it's raining? Can I still go through puddles in the same way as I can with my ICE car? Moving into a car that's perhaps a lot more modern than what they're coming out of, there's things in the car that they're not used to. So the anti-collision braking, the lane assist, swerve support.
For cars that have an existing manufacturer's warranty, is that something that's important? Is it a good feature that you would like to offer with your cars? And going on for that, is it servicing would be at the main dealer for those? Yeah,
I do recommend at the moment using the main dealer for servicing, particularly when the car is in its initial warranty. But increasingly now we're seeing some great independent servicing centres setting up, and battery health centres as well. As time goes on and cars move out of those warranty periods, we will have people that we're recommending that are independent.
The majority of issues are software related, and most manufacturers will not release the software to third-party repair centres, or at least make it very difficult. So we've made a decision that all of our cars get a health check and are serviced at main dealers. It's more expensive for us, but we know that means that car is up to date and in its best possible health. We are absolute sticklers for making sure that a vehicle has proper service history. There are many people who tell you don't need to service an EV. I'd like to beg to differ on that. If I've got a choice of two vehicles, one's got a full service history and one hasn't, I'll always buy the one with the service history, because that's what matters really to us.
On the warranty side, if it's out of full manufacturer warranty, we always put a Warranty-Wise product on it. We worked with Warranty-Wise back in 2017 to develop their first EV warranty, and have stuck with them all the way through. They've always been very supportive, both of us and of our customers. I've seen them pay out goodwill claims, for example, and respond very quickly to situations. So I would put either 6 or 12 months on the car when I sell it, if it's out of manufacturer warranty, and then people can always contact us afterwards. And if they've had the car serviced, then I can then extend that warranty for them, which I do at a trade price rather than at the quoted high street retail price.
Join us next time in part 3 when Martin gives us an insight into the current EV market.
The word crash is too strong. It has gone down, and it has gone down because the supply is available, and also the supply of used vehicle is coming on stream.